and welcome to our second series in Sprite Academy. This series is going to focus on drawing your very own forest sprite, just like the one you can see here. These videos are not aimed at just being step-by-step tutorials. Instead, I want to teach you techniques that you can use, and then I want you to use your own imagination to create your own sprite. I hope your sprite will be individual and unique and look totally different to my one. In the first lesson, we're going to focus on the basics of drawing a face and a body of the sprite. And then next lesson, we're going to look at giving our sprite some clothing. And then finally, in our third lesson, we're going to look at drawing the wings for our sprite. So let's jump into it. We're just going to have a go at drawing a body. And this is just sort of a generic childlike body. It can be for either gender. So we're going to start off by drawing a line down the middle of our page. And then what we're going to do on that line is draw 4 ovals of exactly the same size. Now we're going to use some mathematics to work out the rest of the proportions here. So I want you to count 3 ovals down. So on the third oval down, I want you to draw a line 1/4 of the way down the oval and then 3/4 of the way down the oval. You can draw a line in the middle if that helps you work out how far to go, but for 1/4 of the way down and for 3/4 of the way down. And then on the 4th oval down, or on the bottom oval, I want you to draw a line straight through the middle, just like I have there. Now the top oval is going to be the head of our sprite, so just below the head I want you to draw a neck and some shoulders, so just a line going down and some little shoulders coming out from that. And then, coming from the line that you've drawn, the top line you've drawn on the third oval down, I want you to draw a triangle coming up. Doesn't really matter the size of it, but about the width of the oval, and draw a triangle coming up from there, and then just connect that triangle up to the shoulders. Now what I want you to do is just draw some little circles where your shoulders are, and then 2 dots on either side below that, and then another dot on either side below that, and that's going to be your elbows and your wrists, and those lines need to end above the line that is 1/4 of the way down your third oval. Then after that, what we're going to do is draw our legs, and our legs are going to come out from our triangle, and then on the line 3/4 of the way down from that oval, I want you to draw your knees, and then you'll see we're just filling in the shape of our legs here, coming from the torso down to the knees, and then from the knees down to where the feet are going to go. And it's really important that you make it taper in where your knees go. So it's not just one straight line down, it's going to go in where your knees go. And now we're also just filling in a bit of thickness around where the arms are. So again, we want it to taper in where the elbows are. And then we're just going to draw a small little thumb and a hand coming out from that. Doesn't matter if that's not perfect, no one's good at drawing hands. Just needs to be a vague hand shape there. And there you have it, there's our basic body shape, and now we're going to move on to drawing faces. So again, we're just going to start off with a line straight through the middle of the page, and then we're going to do an oval around that. And you should already have this oval from the 4 ovals that you drew earlier on. So I've made my oval a little bit thin there, so I'm just making it a little bit thicker so it looks more like a real face shape. And I want to make sure that I get my oval pretty even, because if this isn't even, then nothing else is going to be even on the face. So we want this to be pretty symmetrical. Alright, so now what we're going to do is halfway down on the oval, we're going to draw a line across. Mine's probably not perfect, but that's okay, because real faces aren't perfect either. And now what we're going to do is just draw 3 ovals in the middle of the face on that line. And these are going to make up our eyes. And of course we don't have 3 eyes, but that middle circle there is going to give us the correct distance between the 2 of our eyes, because between our eyes we have about an eye distance between them. And now what we're going to do is draw a line 3/4 of the way down the face, so halfway between the line you already drew and the bottom, and that's going to be the line where the bottom of our nose ends up. So I'm just going to draw in some nostrils for the bottom of our nose there, and we'll fully flesh that out into more of a nose later on. And then halfway between that line and the bottom again, so an 1/8 from the bottom of your face, we're going to draw another line, And the middle of our lips are going to go on that line. So I'm just going to draw my lips now, coming up, going down in a little dip, and then going back down again, sort of like two little lopsided mountains. And then I'm going to draw another line, a curve at the bottom for the bottom lip there. And there you have it, that's the basic face shape. And now we're going to fill in some more details, like some eyebrows. I'm going to make the nose come up, and a tip is to make your nose join up with your eyebrows, because that's what happens on a face. So make the line for your nose come all the way up to touch where your eyebrows go. And I'm just going to change the shape of the face slightly. And what you might like to do at this step is look at somebody's face and see what their features look like. Do their cheeks come out a little bit? I know mine do, so that's what I'm sort of drawing the shape of my face there. And I'm trying to make it more of a realistic face shape. So have a look at somebody who you might want to base the face of your sprite off. It'd be really cool if you did it like a self-portrait, so you might want to look at yourself in the mirror, or you might want to look at a friend and sort of draw their facial features. I'm just going to show you now how to draw the inside of your eye, and you need to draw a circle in the middle of your almondy eye shape, and that circle needs to touch the top of the almond of the eye shape. And then in the middle of that, I want you to do another circle, which will be your pupil, and you can leave a little white speck in there that shows the light reflecting as well. So now I'm just going to fill in the details of my forest sprite face, and as you do this, I want you to look at your own face in the mirror or look at a friend's face. It's always better to draw from real life than from a picture. So I'm just shading in the lips here, and I want you to think about where your source of light is and where your lips are dark. I'm shading them in darker where there's ridges or where they tilt down, and where they come out and pop out, that's where the lips are lighter, and that's going to give them a more three-dimensional effect. And now I'm just going to draw some shade on the rest of the face, so you can see I've drawn my light source in the top right corner there, and I'm using a contouring effect in order to do my shading, so I'll just zoom that in for you there so you can see how I'm just basically drawing my lines in the direction of the face. And just shading very lightly with my pencil and following the direction of the curve of the face with my lines. So now I'm just drawing in some eyelids, and then I'm going to draw in some little eyelashes, and just drawing in some more shadows. And what I'm about to do here is fill in the eyes and use a cool texture to fill in the eyes, so I'll zoom that in for you so that you can see what I'm doing there. And I'm just using lots of little lines going around, starting from where the pupil is and pointing out towards the circle. And those little lines help to create a sort of really beautiful eye texture. And there we have it. There's our pretty much completed face, just filling in a few details there. So make sure you add this face onto the body that you've just drawn, and you might want to do it much bigger than I've done it too, so that you can add in all these beautiful details. And at this step you can also add in some hair and add in some ears like I have here. Thanks guys so much for tuning in to this first part of our 3-part series on the forest sprite. Please tune in next time, and we're going to look at drawing the sprite's clothing, and we're going to forage around our garden and look around our house to see if we can find any leaves to include in our forest sprite outfit. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening or day, whatever time it is, and I'll see you guys next time.